Everyone had a chance to sign in and give you a chance to look at the minutes from June and July.
Notice the June.
June.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm
You go.
Usually start minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Everybody get a chance to look at the place. Yes.
The town sewage, those. A year, do we still need to be paying sewage for that? Okay, never really thought about it. Yeah, I think that could be taken off. The claims, yeah. And then what all does Holly Robinson do for the sewage booklets?
He helps me to put on all of to get them in the right order, so the right person's getting the right book. And all the stickers on and we go through and get all of the items that we overpaid or paid on. And all the
I'll make a motion to approve the June, July 2026 claims.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
I'll do a motion to eliminate that truck sewage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're right. So I'll make a motion that we remove the park sewage for bathroom use from the claims and then keep it off for future.
Second that. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Correct. Okay. So we'll need an additional appropriation for professional fees to be able to pay the cost of stormwater planning grant of $8,500. And it was not in the budget.
Yes, I think, right now, it looks like the $8,500 will be enough.
Okay.
We need a motion.
I'll make a motion to get request additional appropriation for professional fees for the $8,500.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Books went out for second sewage increase on July 1st, 2026. Loan resolution, construction van loan. Make motion to read by title, motion to pass.
Resolution.
Okay.
Yeah, I would suggest.
Okay.
It's pretty.
Just. Let me just.
Make a motion to just read it by title, you don't have to read the whole
Don't
thing.
read well, okay.
Make a motion to read the loan resolution by title.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This is the loan resolution. The town council of town of Michigan now. for municipal wastewater in the amount of $743,000.
Pass that.
Oh, make a motion to pass the resolution.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, any opposed? Cost for mowing Second Street, so Clerk Country Fair bill.
3 hours into that project. So that's $75 just in labor. So I would. You should double that. Twice. Maybe. You'll just let the town motor,
Yeah.
go there.
Should we go? It's been done. How many times?
Point that once.
That's,
For an invoice.
and that's how much, that's your labor out.
But yeah, you're paying me $75 to mow.
Mm-hmm.
The next time we'll buy this back, so we'll have to mow it for pumps. But 3 days,
Take it down.
3 days after I mowed it, some property management company come in there to change the locks and to mow it. I said, "You're late." On mowing, he said, "I'm still gonna mow it again." So I don't know if that guy will be back.
Yep, so,
So,
we'll hit them on another 100.
yeah, when it gets a foot tall, whatever, we'll mow it again.
150.
I would say at least, yeah.
That's okay.
You just give me the invoice off for it, for the return, or
I'll send it out.
or the property manager.
I just forwarded you an email for them looking for the Green Sarah deal.
I forwarded to her.
Yeah, she emailed me again 3 hours ago looking for it. So I sent it to you.
She really wants to bid that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Alright. Old business Oakland projects. Sewage plant project. I haven't heard from Maureen or Darren in a while. Have you heard from Maureen or Darren?
No, I did have an update from yeah. Wendy or, yeah,
Oh, Sean.
Sean, thank you. And basically, we're through all of the loans with some additional paperwork. You have the paperwork that email I got the other day.
We did get the
And
email.
we got several things that we've got to go through. And get my note. Or that's and we've also got several things that they want signed. Wants to sign. The resolution. They talked like they would let us know, some of these, you and I talked about these, some of these were the ones that we're not even sure where we're supposed to be signing, and who's supposed to sign.
Correct, but there were.
So
no
most of
information.
these. Rick, you signed the one for Steve Howe, did you, the other day?
Yes.
I thought that was 60 bills, so that was one. So that was off our time. So basically, we're just trying to get everything done for the construction phase. Which is your name, her loan. And then,
I think we're just on this one, actually.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, well, we're so, then we're ready to,
I mean, I can sign it. I'll sign it for you.
okay, that just in case that was, you don't have to run you down to go, once they tell us what all supposed to be signed.
Could we make a motion that, because Carrie's the only signature needed on these, that she
Carrie and I,
preemptively sign those, because it's already been agreed upon.
I don't think everybody can make a motion, I mean, you agree upon it.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're ready to sign everything in Jesus. Yeah,
I didn't want to wait if they need it.
yeah, no, quickly. Yeah, we'll just put all the features on.
That's the stuff for the pre-con meeting on Wednesday.
Actually, no, this is. I'm not sure if this has to be done at that time or if they want this to hold. I know they have some of it. Tomorrow. The resolution. The resolution, I think, is the 21st. So, but they haven't got back with me on some of the others. So I don't know exactly when they're wanting some of the others. They will let us know. But it's possible that it is for the other meeting. Yeah, they will. They haven't been very early on letting us know some of this.
Oh, because it changes at the last minute.
Yes,
I did do that.
yeah.
Yeah, there was an email that they sent the one day and I called Pam because they needed it by the next day, like the next morning. Like the original copy on their desk. Yeah. I'm like, oh, hell in the world. So, okay.
Yeah, the Southern. So we'll talk to them and we'll find out what they're supposed to do and what else they need sign things.
Okay.
That's really all I know. And then we've got the
Groundbreaking.
pre-construction meeting coming up. And then the groundbreaking was scheduled. And that's all where we're at this time.
Is it August 24th for the groundbreaking?
Yes.
All right, CCMG matching grant to reseal streets, when to finish?
Supposed to be here in first week of August.
Okay.
Cameron Snyder, who's the boss that did the crack sealing, they tried to push us back, if you remember right. We've already done that once. I thought we're not waiting any longer to get here and get it done.
Yeah.
So,
Running out of time for it.
yeah. So he said that, I forget where they were out down south, and he's going Lafayette to be here the first week of August.
Stormwater fund and planning grant project. New business building permits.
I do that.
Okay.
For the buildings on the set back there. That's,
Oh, yes.
they got that storage shed, we run out truck right back here in the back end.
I think we should waive the fire station's $25 permit fee since we use their building at least monthly for meetings. That would be a fair.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Right. Park restrooms stable until fall. Sewage utility reports now.
Things are running pretty well. Had a little bit of issue with some solids coming in from the lagoon into the Sagar, clogging up some stuff, but we've been dealing with that. Hopefully we get this thing rolling, they can do some dredging. Prevent that going here in the future. I mentioned to you guys a little bit earlier, the countertops in the lab are showing their age. And it makes it difficult keeping them clean. What I would like to propose is put on a nice epoxy paint that will self-level, and then that'll refinish that. We'll have a nice top that'll last a good long time. That's the kind of stuff that they put down on concrete for garages, so that it seals it all up. And, the paints that I'm talking about are chemical resistant, so if we were to spill acid or base on it, it would.
Good meeting.
Yeah, and then like I said, it would be 120 per gallon. I don't think we'll need again, we'll probably get away with less. I'll just figure out however many square feet.
Marshall? Oh,
Sagar thing, the strings is plugged up. I bought Sean brush yesterday. So Saturday,
Oh, okay.
cause he had nothing other than a torn net to try to wipe it off.
Yeah, so I use the frame a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
I bought a odd shaped pool brush
Okay.
that works great and it will actually pick that stuff up and stick it in the brush
Oh,
and I
okay.
can throw it out. So went back there twice Saturday, twice yesterday, clean them off. And now that some of that stuff's out of that bulb, they're not plugging up as quick.
Okay.
Because the first time I went back there when I bought the brush, it was about this far above the tubes. I was fishing for them. Now,
I could just see him on Friday.
every time I go back there now, it may be a couple inches over the top, but one of them 4 tubes is not flowing. One from the left. I don't know.
They have to do a little pressure. Flush on that.
So I assume that just goes back to the next pit between the Sagars. I've not looked at the drawing, so I don't know if if it just run back there into that tube. Or I could just run a ring cleaner through it and make it work or not. You let me know. Sean can let me know. Right on.
One from the left.
Third one from the left. And then not behind me.
Yeah. I'll have Sean take a look at it tomorrow. You can let me know.
So that UPS unit, right?
Yeah. Oh, I need to get that ordered up. Yeah, glad you reminded me. So we had an issue with the blowers, early last month. And it turned out that the uninterruptible power supply had gone bad. We had a power outage, it drained it apparently, and then wouldn't recharge, so it wouldn't let us restart the blowers. So we disconnected it. But we do need to get a new one. And I talked to the guy that helped me repair it. He says we could be able to get this online through like Amazon. So if I get you a model number, we'll get that ordered. Then I need to basically wire it back in. I'm gonna wire it a little differently.
So I hope you remember how I said it, because I don't.
It's an Eaton 90 or Eaton 9SX.
Can you just take a picture of that and share it to with me? That would be fun.
How do you want me to compare that to?
Text is great. And I can just order it
Just so
that way.
everybody knows, when the app was always out of power for 5 hours. I checked the generator, make sure it came online. And when I went to the blower room, after the power came back on, the blowers didn't come back on. And Sean had walked me through how to restart those, and I did it, and it didn't work, so I called Sean, because he wasn't there yet. He walked me through it again, I said, it still didn't work, so it's like, okay, it just went above my pay grade here, and then Scott got back there, and he couldn't get it to work, and I didn't feel so bad.
I went through everything. I ended up calling the guy that knows the system, and he went through everything. He's like, well, shoot. And then we started pulling wires, and he's like, oh, here it is.
When he stepped back, scratched his head, and said, no, I thought, we are in trouble, this guy don't know.
And what number do I?
765 52 176 1757.
Jeff, do you mind if I ask who did your UPS work?
That's Bill Anderson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Back there.
He's actually with the blowers in the hub. Maybe it was something with the blowers. He said, no, it was in the,
So as far as that system, we don't really have a guy per se, right, Scott?
not directly, no.
God.
I know about it.
Oh. That thing was hooked into that system research, I thought. It makes sense to me. I'm
That's
saying,
just a point of failure that you never tried to fail with, does it? So bad thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm standing in front of this 4x4 electrical box and nothing's working like it's supposed to. I couldn't take it to work. I think that unit had been going bad for a while, because every once in a while when I'd be back there, it would be screaming alarm, just in that little unit sitting on top.
Right.
So I'm assuming that it was going when the battery backup in it was a big jump.
Yeah, they use big ones.
Should be kind of late. Yeah. Yeah, because when I checked it, I had power to everything, but it wasn't going to the blower. And I only found that it was going through this UPS and that was where it stopped. But it's simple enough to put it back together. Actually, I'm gonna try and do it a little different so that the UPS isn't, that it'll go around the UPS. But
Yeah, usually put a bypass around them just for that reason.
yeah, because it took me a while to figure out what was going, because I'm like, I got power. I don't have power. Where did I lose it?
Well, that sounds good. Alright. Wonderful.
My report in front of you. The only thing I really have is the NDOT sign update. I found a new company. You ever go through Dayton, these signs, I can pass it around if y'all want it. They have these signs. They're much cheaper than the first company I went through. These are $7,000 for 2 signs, but it also comes with traffic data, statistics and all that stuff, and that's all part of the expense, and it's a one-time fee. No subscriptions, no nothing, but with NDOT, permitting process is still moving. I'm supposed to schedule a meetup with him soon, to figure out which signs we want them on. If y'all have a preference on where they're going. Was looking at the 30 sign for southbound traffic, basically right here, 7th Street, across the street. And then the one just north of the library coming in, so not the first 30 sign, but the second 30 sign. It's around the tracks right past the library. On each end. Any questions on that at all?
I like that it gets data. So, yeah.
They'll pull all the data we want and then run bi-directional, so both sides will see. Both directions for data, what's going on. I will probably not ask for motion to buy this until we get closer to knowing the permit is good, so we're not sitting on $7,000 for the signs put on Third Street or wherever we want. If NDOT changes, because they just updated their uniform traffic control device manual, so I need to make sure these signs are still in compliance with their new manual. Ordinance violation update, we've pretty much already covered that with Second Street. I don't have anything else to add. I know a fine was issued and then there was a back and forth on who pays the fine. Was it the original homeowner or was it the actual transmission company? Transmission company says it's not their problem. We know there's signage on the house that says this property is not a problem. But they were pretty quick to say it's the previous owner who already abandoned it. Did you get anywhere different on that than I did?
No, I think you can add it to the tax bill, can't you, Pam? And it's the third, the auditor.
I don't know if I can that or not. I can put sewage things on there, but I do not know if I can add that or not. That is not something I'm going through.
I'll look into it.
If so, then yes, I can file it and then they'll have fees to go with it and penalties and. You have another copy? I don't have a.
Well, these should be one somewhere right in front of you. Passed out a bunch of them. There's 4 of them down there.
There's a guy from Texas that called me about that.
I remember you saying something about that one.
Sewage and water. And if there was a lien against it, he called me 2 days in a row asking the same question.
Somebody's.
I assumed that there would be a lien against it since we had mowed it. But man, that's the guy I texted you. You
Sorry, I
need to answer that phone call from Texas.
I already tried to and called them back and left a message and it's,
Tried to call you and wasn't getting it.
and yeah,
There was
I,
no return.
and that's because I think they're somewhere listed is the line for the, old sewage plant, which is probably what they call it on, wasn't it?
Going over. He said you had left messages and you had returned and wasn't answering.
I have called him back and that's where it says he's not called me back.
So I told him everything he needed to know except when he started talking about liens, I said, that ain't right. And so.
I'm going to request to buy a new handheld radar. The quote here for whoever wants to see it. The handheld radar, it's a little bit more effective for traffic enforcement because you don't have to have your car sit on the street pointing in a certain direction. You just point and shoot straight to the manufacturer. It's $1,642 is the price for it. So seeking approval to move forward with buying that. See if that will invoice us and get the ball rolling.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
The other things I have was, these uniforms are starting to wear out already. Uniforms don't last very long at all when they're there. Body sweat, all that whatnot. Not anything expensive, just a couple shirts, nothing big. Just make sure that's okay with everyone before I go doing that. Same with some equipment that needs refreshing. We're talking a couple $100 total for all this stuff. It's not gonna be a whole lot. The only expensive part was the microphone that I did have was my personal one. It's broke. This one's not the greatest, so I need to look at getting a new one of those as well. Little odds and ends operating expenses. And I was gonna buy some medical equipment as well. I can wait on that and bring you pricing if you want to see it. It's not gonna be crazy expensive. Unless there's a bunch of money sitting in the restricted opioid fund that can be used for medical for life-saving equipment.
There's not much in there. I'll tell you how much is there, but it's not that.
Like, what are you thinking? Like that we could go ahead.
Medical stuff, just looking for simple stuff like CPR mask, trauma kit for self or any or badly wounded. Simple stuff like that. I'm not looking to go as far as getting an AED because those are expensive to maintain. Those batteries are $500 a pop and the pads are $300-400. And usually when I'm working, Jeff's usually within 5 minutes of me anyway, most of the time.
Are you going to say that?
Yeah. That would be great. That would be great. Stuff like that. So if you want to put a ceiling on how much I should spend on this before I bring it back to you guys, that's fine.
You're okay with that.
I mean, yeah.
That sounds like
It'll be
it's.
pretty reasonable. If it's anything outrageous, I'll hold it so I can bring it back.
Want to make sure that wherever we're buying from, we file them, sale taxes. in.
Yes. I think it'll probably be through the uniform store that we're already set up with. So nothing crazy. The only last thing I had was, can I please go to Verizon and see about trading this ancient phone in that barely works anymore?
I'm too.
Yeah, Jeff asked me about that too, and it looks like they're both like older than 2 years old.
This phone's like 6 years old and it's cracked in the corner.
They're both, you both want iPhones, correct?
He is years old.
Yeah. You both want iPhones, correct? Is it something that you could just give them like if I want to send someone in to upgrade our phones, I can give them like a pen to use? Is that something they could go and get their phone?
Think I have to go in and do the pin.
If you could get that set up and shoot them a text with
Won't do
them.
anything other than that. I'm honestly authorized user and
They just want iPhones, no more Androids.
There's usually promotions around, we'd probably get the 17s for $0.
Whatever, mine's upgraded. I need to be in there so she can transfer all those emails and all that crap to the new phone, so I don't lose all that.
Yeah, it's supposed to go in together, you know, you guys can drop your phones off and she can transfer the stuff over and I can do it.
So just let us know where to drop them off. I can drop them off.
Really, this phone does not work very well. I just realized you called me Saturday night, like 10 minutes ago.
It wasn't, it was an accident.
I didn't know about till 10 minutes ago when it said this call. That's how slow it is.
Yeah, and I was calling you, I'm like, what?
My phone just talks to me in my pocket, or just out of the blue, it comes down.
He had somehow he got it where it was reading back everything he was typing. I had to fix it.
It just does its own thing every once in a while. I don't.
If I say, like, sometimes it will, she'll say something else and I'll say, no, it doesn't do that, or, you know, like, I'll give you there.
Care if it's the old iPhone that still has a home button on it, it's not this.
Just not.
Terrible.
Okay.
Please, thanks.
Okay.
That's all I have unless somebody has something for me.
You lost.
We'll start out the wastewater treatment plant. I've mowed back there 3 times, done quite a bit of trimming. Along with that, the spots that I can't hold the mower on the hills. I sprayed the fence lines, sprayed around the buildings and drives, sprayed the tops of the sagars. Sprayed the inner banks of the lagoons twice. I think I brought up here a while back that we had a groundhog infestation a couple months ago. I think I have them eliminated now. They've not come back. We just talked a little bit ago about the electrical issue in the blower room. And 29 locates, 5 emergency locates. I did some crack and hole sealing around the lab because he was getting an incredible amount of moths and flies inside the lab. When I got to looking around, there was several holes just in the walls from discontinued stuff, so I tried to seal all those up. I met with Lance Wheeling from Wheeling Brothers. He needed to go back there the other day to look at a few more things before they started the dredging. I did move a dirt pile today to get it out of the way of the dredging. And over the weekend, I said, well, I'll go, I kind of took care of the Sagar strings over the weekend, so it didn't jump back and then not flowing any sewage. And that's it for the sewage plant. Yeah. Town maintenance, sprayed all the alley edges and centers 2 to 3 times, mowed the parking lots 3 times, graded all the alleys. Removed a large branch from 3rd Street after a storm. Removed a tree, 2nd Street, several branches in town after a storm. Next day, I hauled all that debris off the woods, got it burnt. I've had several people concerned about the fiber optic pedestals not being landscaped back down or filled back in. I did order one of the fiber hawk guys. They said that one of the subcontractors had hired a landscaper to come back and do the landscaping around all those and reseed. I stopped at Flint County Highway to talk to them about the washout along the inner curve of 2nd Street going down the hill. Made arrangements. They came out a few days later and packed riprap in that washout before we lost the asphalt of the street down to the bridge. They did a real good job of getting it packed in there. That should remedy that. Trimmed the trees at the park. I repaired some potholes on 1st Street, 7th Street. I burnt brush pile at least twice. Trimmed the yard at 106 2nd Street. And by the way, I did have to take part of the fence panel down to get in the backyard. But walk through the gate, obviously. I sprayed the park. And finally got all the parking spots and handicap spaces painted uptown. Assisted Pence Group with the town drainage project with the county tile, which we'll talk a little more about in a minute. Prepared another washout along the side of the alley behind the town garage. put snow in 3 different alleys a day with the trash. And I had to fill the rut that was left in the park from the farm. What did that farm back then? And my displeasure about never running to the park. Hopefully that solves it. As far as your report, that's it. Remember a month or two ago, I talked about flying a line striper. I put it in the budget last year. You guys approved it. I did finally find one at Sherwin-Williams. He showed me where to go online to look at everything, watch the video. It's everything that looking for. He sent me a quote yesterday. It lists for $37.95. They will sell it to us for $34.50. So if he's okay, since we've already approved that, to tell him, go ahead and order. Pay money to go into Sherwin-Williams to set up an account. He could not find an account for us. So he did the quote under City of Frankfurt, which is kind of the same thing. Just so he could get a municipal person. Also, I think it was last month, you guys approved buying my new uniforms I had ordered. Here it is, you see, for that, I already paid it, so that just goes back to me. The point about the trash truck, I'm Penny Henderson's, that was on trash truck, we put that over a year ago. Just the side of the alley, it's not the corner. Nobody to the corner of the yard, that's impossible, because they got their open rocks and fiber optic fencing. I'm sure it was a food delivery truck to the donkey that did it over, well, it was a year ago, when we was doing the manhole inspections, I noticed it then. It's not a rut, it's just kind of spreads off the yard. Alley pavement. Talk about that. With the last few storms and trees going down, the trees that I've either had to cut or clean up has been what I consider the town right of way, because the trees between the street and the sidewalk. So it's our responsibility. There's another tree on 3rd Street that it needs to come down. Been twice that huge logs have dropped out of that and storms into the street. Yes, pure luck, nobody's been driving under it when it happens. So I think we need to look into, or somebody to remove that tree. It's on Doug Wright National property. But I think removing the tree for whatever it costs, a couple grand, it's probably cheaper than a lawsuit. It's on the right way. Is that, am I reading that right, Rick? That be a town's responsibility to take down a tree on the right of way that sets between the street and the sidewalk, correct?
Yeah.
Not the owner. Right. Okay.
They can complain, but it's in the easement, so.
Right. I think it's something we definitely need to look at, because it's a big chunk of it's dead.
That's what's for, right?
Yeah. That's mainly what's called out, is the big chunks of dead stuff.
We used Criswell before for taking down a tree. Junior Criswell.
Does he take trees? I know he writes stuff, but I didn't know he took trees down.
Yeah, he took one down and used him another time, and
I get a price from him.
What's the threshold on the tree?
it's pretty small. But, I mean, it's pretty large that we don't have to go out. And so I don't think that we want to do something bring us some quotes, so that's good.
I'll get a couple of quotes. All last week, I worked with the Pence group when they came to town, thanks to Lindsay. We got something started on the drainage problem that we've had for decades on the east and southeast and south sides of town. All they found the right tile after decades of nobody's been in the right tile to fix it or clean it. And now it's in such bad shape, full of roots, they can't do anything with it. So they had to take out 3 trees on a light pole. That was the root cause of back up to start with. So now the trees are gone, the stumps are gone, the root balls are gone, except one that they got grind out because they can't pull it because AT&T wires are under it. They don't want to break them out. They should start trenching this week. Piles already delivered. They're gonna run 320 or 30 feet of all new tile. They're gonna abandon the old one and tie everything back together. That should solve all the water standing problems. The county's gonna come back and jet some more back towards your house, back to the north. Some other repairs along the way in that. So hopefully that solves at least 90% of the flooding problems in those parts of town. Look, County Highway came out with the county's jet and did a good job of jetting this out. They run a root cutter through it. Then once they found that this thing's just full of roots, it's like, okay, that's enough. So county surveyor said, we're messing with it. We'll stay new with it. So that's where that stands. I did have a guy text me the other day. I can't seem like we talked about this once. Sewage bills, there's a senior citizen account.
It's about discount, it's a rate, yes.
Oh.
It's a rate, the senior citizen rate.
I was asked about either veterans or disabled veterans discount. I don't know if we ever had one, but he was asking.
Senior citizens already a pretty decent height now, so.
Just told him I'd bring it up.
Yeah.
You could be at the meeting tonight. And the other thing, I'll direct this to Pam. I'm the one that seems to get bombarded with the questions because I'm the one that they see and stop. The new sewage booklets, like if they paid a year, it shows a huge credit. They need to know what they owe. I'm the same boat.
You take your credit and deduct off the other bills and that's what you owe. So if you have 8 more, because we don't pre-bill, we bill as the month.
What they're asking for is how much did the sewage rate go up per month so they can multiply that by 6 and add to their, and write you a check.
Multiply by itself sometime, but that, I don't know.
What went up? I don't either.
Okay, but if you take what I told you was prepaid, then you deduct off the next 6 months of sewage, that's what you owe. Additional. So, if you're, the new rate's 95 something, times 6, less the prepayment that was listed, and that's what you owe.
So we're just, here's what you owe.
Well,
The credit, because that's got everybody in his, and I'm the one taking the blunt of it.
because we don't prepay, I don't know that I could actually, we haven't billed them those months. So I
understand.
couldn't really say, this is what you owe to finish up the year.
But yeah, you could. Because you know what, how much a month it went up. So if, like with me and all these other people that's complaining, we pay a year, so we show a credit on how much I understand. But then it went up, so they're wanting to know how much more they owe, which would have been, instead of telling us what credit we have, here's what you owe for the next 6 months. Rate. That's what they're asking.
I will tell you as soon as I look it up, how much it went up. When we're done, I can get on computer.
And I think that's. Yes.
We'll do budget talk before we go public. That is for the agenda. Okay. Because we're gonna run out of time to make changes to budget and do all the readings and all that stuff. We'll make another one.
So just add budget to the end of. Go ahead.
Any changes you want, yeah, I can put it, we can do it, we can discuss it now, we can't pass anything, we have 2 meetings and stuff. that are
Okay,
coming up.
that's what I'm just trying to get, I'd like to get into this before public meeting, before public comment.
I looked at the gateway line item budget. I printed copies. Jeff, do you want a copy or you guys want to look at it to get you, Pam, you submitted it, so you know. Preach. I asked Jeff and Thomas to prepare like what they thought they would need. That way you could make the changes ahead of time instead of waiting till a reading, if that makes sense. We'll obviously need to increase like town marshal salary as well as town and park salary in the line items. And then, but we could take the deputy marshal line item out. And then is there a way to separate out the professional fees and legal fees? Or is that the only, do we only pay legal fees out of the professional fees category?
We pay, anything that comes along, we will pay our, TLAC out of there for the $8,500. So it'll be a variety of.
Okay,
Yeah.
high level. Okay. Then I don't think that's something. Jeff, you wanna start with what you got?
Or just hang here.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Unless I can look up the back, replace it.
I'm hoping so, but you can try.
It's one of the things that.
Gasoline, 2,200. Diesel, 1,500. Well, that's all. Are those the same line items or different line items?
Those are all.
Red line items.
Those are not under the general, those are under, the things road,
The road, yeah.
roads and streets.
Motor vehicle highway.
Yes.
Okay. The streets, alleys and drains category.
So.
Well, the top, not snow removal. Well, the salt would come out of snow removal.
Yeah, salt is understood.
That $45,000, is that, under the streets, alleys and drains, the line item 331?
Yes.
What all comes out of that?
Um. Some of our things are restricted and some are unrestricted. We have 50%. Actually, we're gonna go down, I think we're gonna count and be able to now go down and do 60/40. The restricted and unrestricted, and the things that can come out of that are specific to street repairs.
The stone would qualify for that.
Yeah, I've been doing stone in there. This one, the budget doesn't show some of how we have. I'm not a fan of some of the how we have this. Budget and year in don't necessarily particularly match. I know that doesn't sound right and they should, but they don't. And it's because of how paperwork is that you fill out. But yeah, so that is,
But are like wages coming out of that line item?
no wages come out of there. Wages are all up on the top in general under professional or under
Okay,
salaries and wages.
gasoline associated with, or like fuel associated with street repairs would come out of that?
She's right. I think most of them do come out of, the, motor vehicle highway. But some of them, I think, also come out of general under repairs and maintenance. So, yeah.
So we have to do 2 readings if we were to come, like, if you were to be prepared, like, next month with the different line items for us to look at what you submit. Would that give us enough time?
Oh, yeah, yeah, this is,
Okay,
the only thing we're going on now is if you've got specific changes that
I just wanna make sure that we are high enough in those categories that like they're requesting. But if we don't know what those line items are.
and we always are, and we can move things between line items, you know, in any category, I can move things between the lines. So if we don't use all of one category, it's still in the same general accounts of 300s, I can move them back and forth so that we always come up with it.
I definitely think for sure, I'd say both their salaries bump up. And those line items, $2,000, just to give room for whatever, or if any raises the board agrees on. Happy parties actions after budget. And is that additional help line item for like, it's like,
That's
got
what
this no
comes
apocalypse?
out of it.
Okay. So what's the town and park salary?
Additional help.
And then you, part of yours is we do the
So
violations with under additional help, and I think I do any other under that.
under additional help. on both.
And then his sewage billing's coming out of the sewage account, right? So now that you're not doing citations, that additional help shouldn't be used. But do we keep that line item for like if we have a really bad snowstorm or?
So it's kind of hard for me to guess if you look at those prices.
Yeah.
Salt because of well, last year's salt tonnage price.
Yeah, and every.
How much I'm gonna use and how much it's runs.
Yeah, she'll just say, but you don't know whether it's gonna go up or it's gonna go down. Yeah.
And Thomas sent me his request. It's actually total in the Marshall, like, in his category that's down lower because you take the deputy out. Patrol car, bump it up, 2223, bump it up 2,000, is his request. Same with 2222. And 3333. And the rest looks the same. Is everybody okay with bumping it? So I have, to take it from somewhere else.
It's actually a total decrease of like $7,500.
Yeah, it'll come out of it,
If I was to even use all of that
but it's there.
budget.
But then it'll come out of that deputy marshal line item, so it's not like we have to come out
Yeah.
of somewhere else.
Yeah.
You all right with that, Jeff? Obviously, we're not like
No.
approving it right now, so I just wanted to start the discussion so you could bring the line items next month. Okay,
So you got some papers for me.
I give this to her.
Yeah. For me. It's one short again on that one too.
Or some days.
Apologies.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, you good? Public comment? No? Just here for fun.
No, I see it publicly go up, and I thought.
Yeah, we love it, yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of interesting things that she worked on. He was a lot of it, so.
I already know you put it down, so
Oh,
you would try that here intersection.
okay, well, that's okay, you can still come, yeah.
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 Or barrier.
Yeah. All right. Next meeting, August 10th, 2026, 6:30. Now, and I will not be at that meeting. I will be
I'll
gone.
get going.
If we're gonna discuss budget, will that be an issue to only have 2 parties here? August 10th.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. All there for aye.
And I'll just send you your new.
Let's see, that's your guilty.
And reading that allows you to put it on the tax bill.
That's, okay, good, good. Okay.
I talked about the procedure for, there's some language in there, that probably changes hands before, not. Can't go to the camera, because it goes through one of those pockets.
Oh. So serious one does go, it.
I talked to Sean the other day, I had to bill for the. I'll have that put together on it. Project,
Okay.
you can do around.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
But I'll have.
That's what I go, what?
Well, that's confusing.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, you can.
Again, it's just like, part of my blood work was going the right way, part of it went the wrong way. I don't know. I just got them all back today and haven't really looked at them that close. So
15 months.
I'm doing one every week now, but. Said it before. That's what happens when you get sepsis. So now my liver functions are bad, kidney functions are bad. No, it's not. Having fun.
No, I really agree.
So we'll find out. This is,
So are you going, so do you have another appointment to go back?
well, Laura wants us to get, I had blood work every day, and then he'll see what
So
my
when-
blood says. And then he'll
They'll
go
determine whether they want to see you.
whether I'm missing C. He said it needed an ultrasound and the kidney and the liver. Because, I mean, the contract that has county wants to do
Yeah, okay,
possibly an ultrasound.
Yeah.
Of both of those to see what's going
what's
on.
going on?
He looked at me, he goes, this new body is, don't have to listen here, because he's mad at me, because I didn't listen. He was.
Well,
But I'm like, I can't, yeah, so, no,
yeah,
I don't. One for, I mean, because I started cranberry and I started over.
yeah,
Well, yeah, sure, I was getting better,
and then,
and that whole, it's.
Yeah.
Everything was, wasn't you want? Even the filtration, what made him, he goes, he's saggy. I said, no, no.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go ahead. I had it,
but let's go.
I'm like, now, but you know, I'm shaking
Mhm.
because I'm chill. So everything is